Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Almighty. Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Who should we fear? We got omnipotent Almighty Father, the Father of Abraham, the Father of Isaac and Jacob, the Almighty. Why would we play with? He sent His Son for the nation, the covenant back in our faces. God, He with us, don't care what we face. Where else we gon' go? We gon' trust in His word. Stay on that narrow, don't trust in no turns. Eyes to the east, everybody gon' learn. Put where your sins are, they all about to burn. Past overcoming, got the blood on me. Unforgiveness had to go, I got the love on me. All the leave, I got the peace, I got the dove on me. See the kingdom of y'all, I got above on me. Almighty, Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Scattered for many years, now we back. Mind been renewed from this world, we detached. The judgment is coming by His will, that's a slap. The wilderness is coming by His hand, that's a fact. The ark of the covenant, I be willing, that's a spot. Where He gon' get us? It was prophesied in the land you was sold by His blood. You gon' rise. Babylon falling, it all gon' go wrong. Keep them commandments, we tryna go home. Before you serve me, go serve Him on that throne. Walk as He walk, I'm a clone. Where He gon' get us? Keep commandments, He gon' fight for. How much she out here to life for? Rhyme on, blow the right note. Almighty, Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Almighty, Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Almighty, Creator. His blood inside me. We know that He will. Almighty. Glory to Yah. Salvation belong to Yah. The kingdom belong to Yah. Quick testimony. My cousin died in the hospital. His heart gave out on him. By the grace of the Most High, they brought him back. Yeah. When he died, what he saw, he was in chains. And it was dark. Stop playing with your life. Get your life right with the Father. We gon' lead him to the shepherd, he gon' be the judge. Messiah making sure we pure, so we gon' see the plug. In time, get in the ark, y'all, we see the flood. The raven never came back, Noah sent the dove. Shalom to the tribes with the olive leaf. If you anointed, it's gonna cost you. That be hard for me. Count it all joy. We gon' win Christ. Make sure that blood is in your walk so we can win life. You can know the script without relationship. And Messiah, check your heart. Y'all don't play with this. A man raised from the dead. Get this news out. We got faith and we believe. I can't choose doubt. We ain't walking like we made it. Y'all, we staying served. Messiah came and washed feet. Y'all, that man served. He the truth, he the way. I was playing perfect. 12 tries waking up the devil mad nerves. Yeah, love my people, you can't touch mine. If I'm there and it's war, I'm on front line. Yeah, Abba know my heart, I know he hate lies. We just trying to teach Christ, escape that lake fire. Cause you could die today or you could die tomorrow. The change of darkness ain't no game, my cousin seen it all. Missed the whole 1,000-year reign with Christ. Walk as he walk, y'all change your life. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor.
Let me take the time just to wait. Shit was going down, held me down like a thing. I don't need the world, in your word I'm remaining. This crooked generation living like they shameless. Who gon' cry loud? Who gon' lift their voice up? Trying to live it blameless. Mashiach, he the pavement. The kingdom on the way, but it's also inside. To the idol set aflame. I can't have it inside. I can't have it inside me. See the scriptures remind me. Gotta do it to fulfill. Let the light keep shining. Trying to wake them out they slumber. I'm reaching for my partners. Pray I'm in that number when them saints get the march. I'm feeling like Noah trying to warn them. Feeling like Isaiah spared no one. Look around, we don't fail to our lowest. If Mashiach came today, where you going? 1,000 years of peace I wanna see. You can't have faith if you ain't got belief. Let your word be a lamp to my feet. Let your oil drip all over me. Said I never get away. Don't you fall from grace. Don't look to the right and left. Gotta keep it straight. Don't wanna end up being held with darkness and no chains. Forever all my days, yeah, I'ma give you praise.
Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor. Light to the world, they gon' glorify your Father. Light to the world, give them praise, give them honor.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Nish. Hey, it's your brother, Yosef Onyx. I got a reader with me. You want to introduce yourself, Hebrew?
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, family. It's RT, aka the Young Lion. Shabbat Shalom.
All praises. And we see the title of the lesson so far. It's day 2, Firmaments. We still exploring the things unseen, and we just trying to use this visualization to give praise to the Most High, because a lot of this stuff I can't explain, and there aren't too many details on the things that we're about to read about. But ultimately, let's give praise to the Most High, learning a small percentage of the things that he created for us. Hebrew, is there anything you want to add before we jump into it?
No, not really, Hebrew, man. Let's get it. My jank-up is a little my setup is a little janky tonight. Excuse me. So I'm, you know what I'm saying, my camera, I'm gonna be trying to get, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying over here. My setup is janky tonight. I rushed in tonight, but hey, we here. Let's get it, Hebrew.
Hey, may his spirit come upon us, man. This word got to get out.
Hallelujah.
Let's jump into it. Let me share my screen real quick. Of course, I got another PowerPoint for the family. There we go. So we're looking into day 2, heavens and firmaments. Now, we will need your volume 1 pseudos, because we're going to be in the pseudos for most of the lesson. We're gonna jump straight into part one. One, I want to go ahead and establish that there are 10 levels of heaven, and we're gonna get a little glimpse of that in a second. But I also wanted to go into how the word for firmament in heaven means an extended surface, solid expanse of firmament, meaning this is a platform that separates the different levels of heaven. Now, excuse me, heaven itself is the dual, perhaps alluding to the visible arc in which the clouds move, as well as as well as to the higher ether, where the celestial bodies revolve. Now, if you look at this word in Hebrew closely, this says shamayim. Shamayim, if you take away the sheva, sheen, I'm sorry, my bad, I'm not polished on Hebrew. If you take away the sheen, it says ma'im. Ma'im in Hebrew is water. So even in the word itself, it tells you what's above us. But we're going to let's go right into Genesis 1. We're going to read Genesis 1, verses 6 through 8. Whenever you're ready, Hebrew, go ahead.
All right. And Yah said, let there be a firmament. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Keep going.
Right.
All right. It says, and Yah made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Yah called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
All praises. And excuse me for that confusion. I said Genesis 6 and 1. I meant 1 and 6.
Oh, you good,
but
bro.
This is just to go ahead and get the foundation work to let you know exactly what we're about to jump into today in Genesis. Let's go ahead and go to Amos 9.
All right.
Amos 9, we're going to read one verse, and that's verse 6. We're just going to show you that there are multiple heavens. If I can find it. There we go. And whenever you're ready, Hebrew, go ahead and take it away.
All right. It is he that builded his stories in the heaven and have founded his troop in the earth.
His
he that
stories?
calleth the water.
The last time I heard the stories, you think of a building. Stories, 3 stories, 4 stories. That sound like layers.
Yeah.
Keep reading, not.
Yeah. He that calleth for the waters of the sea and poured them upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name.
I'm sorry, the what of the earth?
It says pours out upon the face of the earth.
I mean, last time I checked, the globe don't got a face, but we're going to leave it alone. It ain't that time yet. We'll go into it. Let's go into Deuteronomy 10.
All right. Deuteronomy 10.
And we're going to read verse 14. Whenever you're there, Hebrew, take it away.
All right, Deuteronomy 10, verse 14. It says, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord thy powers, the earth also, with all that therein is.
See, we again laying down the groundwork to show you that even the scripture shows you that there are multiple layers of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you look at this picture on the right side of the screen right here, although it's been painted white by the faces, you can see that this is an ancient illustration or ancient Hebrew illustration of what the heavens look like. And you see layers, and you see these luminaries on different layers of heaven. But we're going to explain it. Just be patient with me. We're going to go into 1 Kings 8. I guess I should be the one being patient because I'm giving the whole lesson. I'm excited about this one, y'all.
Oh, praise it. 1 Kings 8.
Verses 26 through 28, Hebrew.
All right. Okay. It says, "And now, O Yah of Israel, let thy word, I pray thee, be verified, which thou speakest unto thy servant David my father. But will Yah indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built thee?"
Mm. One more verse, Hebrew.
Ah, okay, my bad.
You
It
good?
says, "Yet have thou respect unto the prayer of thy servant, and to his supplication, O Lord my God, to hearken unto the cry and to the prayer which thy servant prayed before thee today."
See, now this is even saying that the Most High can't fit not only in the heaven that we can see, but neither in the levels or layers that are on top of the heaven that we can see. But again, it's showing that there are multiple levels to heaven. Now let's go right into the pseudos. We're going into second Enoch. And forgive me, family, because we will be moving back and forth between first and second Enoch a lot. Well, we're going to go into second Enoch, chapter 27 through 29. I'm going to try my best to get it put on the screen. But with it being a computer, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to keep pace.
Second Enoch, you said 27.
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to get it on the screen for the family. At 25, 27. All right, let me get this screen share form 27 through 29. Let's get it.
Okay, chapters 27 through 29. I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, my bad. Anytime you see the 27 through 29, these chapters are fairly
Yeah,
short.
that's short. Yeah. Okay.
So we reading whole chapters.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, Hebrew. I hope the Mish can read this. Can y'all see this with it being zoomed in? Put a 7 in a row for me. Can you see it easy?
Yeah, I can see it pretty good. Blow it, might blow it, had to blow it up just one more.
Small bit more.
Yeah, just one more.
This should be all right. Cool. I got sevens. So all praises.
All right.
All right,
All right.
and
All right. Second
go ahead.
Enoch chapter 27. It says about how Yah founded the water and surrounded it with light and established on it 7 islands.
Yes,
It
sir.
says, "And I gave the command, let there be taken some of the light and some of the darkness. And I said, become thickened and be wrapped around with light. And I spread it out, and it became water. And I spread it out above the darkness below the light. And thus I made the solid waters, that is to say, the bottomless. And I made the foundation of light around the water, and I created 7 great circles inside it."
Now check
And
that out. Now we know from the first plug of Enoch, there are 7 firmaments submerged in water.
yeah.
But keep reading. We're gonna go more and more into detail.
Ema, that's page 146. That's page 146.
I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Hebrew.
All right. It's all good. Page 146, and we are in verse 3.
Yes, sir.
And it says, "And I made the foundation of light around the water, and I created 7 great circles inside it. And I gave them an appearance of crystal, wet and dry, that is to say, glass and ice, and to be the circuit for water and the other elements. And I pointed out to each of them his root, to the 7 stars, each of them in his own heaven, so that they might travel accordingly. And I say, how good it was. And I made a division between the light and between the darkness, that is to say, in the middle of the waters, this way and that way. And I said to the light that it should be day, and to the darkness I commanded that it should be night. And evening came, and again morning came, that is the first day."
Hallelujah. So now we got the understanding that there are at least seven heavens. At least seven heavens. And those seven heavens are submerged in water. Not only that, but we know what material the firmaments look to be made of. They're like a solid water, glass, ice type of deal.
Mhm.
It's a see-through, crystallized looking dome that is on top of us. Now keep reading, Knock, whenever you're
All
ready.
right. Chapter 28. It says, the week in which Yah showed Enoch all his wisdom and strength throughout all of the 7 days, and how he created all the forces of heaven and earth, and every kind of thing that moves itself, even up to man. And it says, and thus I made solid the heavenly circles, and I said, let the lower water, which is below heaven, collect itself into one collection, and let its waves become dry. And it happened like that. And from the waves I created rocks solid and big. And from the rocks I assembled the dry land. And I called the dry land earth. And what was in the middle of the earth I called chasm. That is to say, bottomless. The sea I gathered into one place, and I bound it with the yoke. And I said to the sea, behold, I give you an eternal boundary, and you will not break through from your own waters. And so I fixed the solid structure and established it above the waters. The first day created, this first created day I named for myself. The evening came, and again morning, and it was the second day.
Yes, sir. So now we just learned that obviously the Most High separated the waters from the waters that are around the land that we know today as Earth. But this is going into the understanding that the firmament was set in place.
Mm-hmm.
Now it sounds like it's on something or it's secured by something. But we're going to go into it because we're going to explain the. Let me shut up. Just go ahead and read because I'm getting my whole lesson away talking.
All right, chapter 29, right? And
Yes, sir.
so, hey, I just wanted to add, like, how how everybody like to make a big hoopla about, well, man, we don't know what day the Shabbat is on, Monday, Tuesday. These are Roman days. The thing is, the 7 day cycle has always been in the play. You might
Exactly.
not get those names on it, and we might even read it here in Enoch, but we know that he didn't name it Monday. It was just the first day.
Exactly.
That's something for us to know, you know what I'm saying, to keep up. Like, we so removed from the way, the Hebraic way of telling time and counting, even spelling. You know what I'm saying? That we have to have something to go by. But just know that the 7 day cycle was always in play. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody throw you off track by saying, well, you don't know if the Shabbat really on Friday sundown to Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Sundown. You don't really know which day is the 7th day. Yes, we do. Because the 7 day cycle has always been in place. I just wanted to add that in there.
Which, hey, all praise to the Most High, but I'd even add this. So what if we are wrong? I would rather be caught trying my hardest to sanctify a day that I thought was the Sabbath day for the praising of the Most High than to give up on it and for Him to see me with a lack of effort at the end during judgment.
Facts.
Now
Facts.
we
And,
already
hey,
know that we
yeah,
the days never change.
facts.
Like he said, we always been on 7 days. But even if we weren't, I'd rather be caught dead trying than caught dead with an excuse.
Yep. Hey, and we I did a class a while back showing you historically, Israelites have kept the Shabbat Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Historically. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's that.
It don't sound like they got an excuse here, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got one. All right, chapter Second Enoch, chapter 29.
Yes,
It
sir.
says, and for and for all my own heavens I shape a shape from the fiery substance. My eye looked at the solid and very hard rock, and from the flash of my eye I took the marvelous substance of lightning, both fire and water and fire. neither does this one extinguish that one.
Pause on that. I should have stopped at 28. We ain't have to go that far.
Okay.
Excuse me for that, family. Oh no. This is day 2. All right, continue to read. This is day 2.
Just read chapter 29.
Go ahead and read chapter 29.
You talking about keep reading chapter 29? Okay.
Yes, sir. My bad.
It
My bad.
says,
Excuse me for that, family.
good, bro. It says, this is why lightning is sharper and brighter than the shining of the sun, and softer than water, more solid than the hardest rock. And from the rock I cut off a great fire, and from the fire I created the ranks of the bodiless armies, 10 myriad angels, and their weapons are fiery, and their clothes are burning flames. And I gave orders that each should stand in his own rank.
It keep going, Hebrew.
It says here, Sataniel was hurled from the height together with his angel. It says, but one from the order of the archangels deviated. Together with the divisions that was under his authority, he thought of the impossible idea that he might place his throne higher than the clouds, which are above the earth, and that he might become equal to my power. And I hurled him out from the height together with his angels, and he was flying around in the air ceaselessly. Boy, that was a hard kick.
What you said. What you said.
It says, above the bottomless, and thus I created the entire heavens, and the third day came.
So all praises to the Most High. Not only, even though this didn't have much to do with the lesson, this is still a vital detail, because if you paid attention in Genesis, this was the day that the Most High didn't say it's good, to my understanding. Yeah. I don't recall him saying it is good after day 2. But this is showing just basically the process of the creation of the firmaments and different layers of it. So now we're about to go back into the PowerPoint. Now keep your markers in Enoch. Like I said, we're going to stay in there all day, basically. Now we're going to do under our firmament. We're going to look into the mysteries of the clouds. Because I've been doing research on this for about about 2 months or so. These clouds, I've never paid attention to how mysterious they are. Most of the time, the Most High communicated with prophets has been through clouds. Most of the time, he's shown his presence to the prophets and to his people have been in the cloud. Yahweh rose into a cloud, and he said that a cloud is his chariot. We're going to read into it, but yeah, these clouds are intriguing. Let's go ahead and go into Job. Because, science teach you that basically the clouds are just evaporated water that came from the seas, from the oceans, etc., that is now surfacing to the ceiling of the firmament to rain down water in its due season. But I even had to think to myself, okay, if that's the case, why are they stuck in clots instead of spread out throughout the whole firmament? Why are they clicked together and got a space between this click and that click? Why is that water that's evaporated thick enough to stop the rays of the sun from shining down to the earth? Something don't add up. We're going to read into it. Whenever you're ready, Hebrew, go ahead and take it.
All right, Job 26 and verse 8. It says, he bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. Verse 11.
Yes, sir.
The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof.
Now, I added that verse 11 to show you clearly that there is a firmament of heaven, and it's under our firmament. It's holding up the heavens. But even with this, it says that the waters bind up into clouds, and the clouds rent not asunder. So this shows that clouds are not made of water. Let's go ahead and go to Job 36. And we're going to read verses 27 through 33.
All right. For he maketh small the drops of water. They pour down rain according to the vapor thereof, which the clouds do drop and distill upon man abundantly. Also, can any understand the spreadings of the clouds, or the noise of his tabernacle?
Of his what?
Tabernacle.
Keep going, Art.
Behold, he spreadeth his light upon it, and covered the bottom of the sea. For by them judgeth he the people, and giveth meat in abundance. With clouds he covereth the light, and commandeth it not to shine by the cloud that cometh betwixt. The noise thereof showeth concerning it. The cattle also concerning the vapor.
So this is even going into depth by saying that there's light on the cloud. And potentially in the cloud. But we know that the use that we can see is that he uses the clouds to bring down water in their season and to protect us from the sunlight when it's his will to do so. Now let's jump right into Acts. We're going to go Acts verses 9 through 11.
Right. This lesson is very prevalent in this hour. You know, especially with all this different doctrine going on. You know, you got books out there that people are teaching. You know, we all know what it is that it claims that it teaches a more it gives a more descriptive version of the creation. You know what I'm saying? And that's false. If it ain't coming out of this book, if it ain't coming out of Enoch, Jubilees, anything about the creation, it's false.
Exactly.
It's false.
And that's
and Enoch, he giving you a blow by blow, you know what I'm saying, account of how he did everything. It don't get no more detailed than that.
Because until I read Second Enoch, I never considered what lightning was made of.
Right.
Well, I never considered how the Most High made water itself. I never considered that. But even going into depth by saying that he used things that we can't comprehend to make things that we see and comprehend on a daily basis. This is why I played 2 praise songs before I did this lesson.
Yeah.
I can't explain this. The most we can do is give praise to him for showing us this.
Yeah. How can you create visible out of the invisible?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But we in Acts 1. We're going to read 9 through 11 whenever you're ready. All
right. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and the cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
So not only did he ascend into a cloud, he's going to descend out of a cloud. Because he said he's going to come in the same manner that he left. So now we got a picture that these clouds are portals. Or what I like to call windows of heaven. But we're going to break it down even further. Let's go into Revelations 10. Well, when I did this lesson, I stepped outside and I looked at them clouds and I said, man, we literally look at a miracle on a daily basis and don't even realize it.
Yeah.
We're looking at a literal representation of a portal.
Yeah.
And we don't even consider it. That's just normal.
Babylon, like you said, Babylon, it kind of watered everything down to the point to where you just looking at the clouds like it's just a puff of a collection of water.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just floating in the sky.
And then when you sit there and think about it, that explanation truly don't make sense. Because even when you evaporate water and you have it in the little container, don't that water spread out evenly?
Yeah.
Or do you see little clots of white evaporated water just sitting in the middle of it, rotating throughout the container until it starts raining down water at the corners? And then even if that is the case, why don't the clouds disappear after they rain so heavy?
But you know,
Wouldn't it be burning up or pouring out all the water that it's made of?
exactly, and it would be gone.
Exactly. It would dissipate. Let's keep reading. We're going to break it down verse by verse.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire.
Now, I can't even explain to you this imagery. But it's some about these clouds that we don't know about, y'all. Let's go into Mark 9. Again, like I said at first, I can't explain most of this stuff. I can just show you what the Most High revealed to me on. Mark 9, and we're going to go through verses 1 through 9, whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
And he said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here, which shall not taste death, till they have seen the kingdom of Yah come with power.
Wait a minute. Mark 9? That's 9?
Yep.
Oh, I'm in 11. My bad. All right, go ahead. Excuse me for that.
Oh, you good, bro. I'm in verse 2. It says, And after 6 days, Yahweh shall take it with him Peter and James and John, and leadeth them up into a high mountain, apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his raiment became shining, exceeding white as snow, so as no fuller on earth can white them. And there appeared unto them Elias and Moses, and they were talking with Yahweh. And Peter answered and said to Yahweh, Master, is it good for us to be here? Let us make 3 tabernacles, one for thee, one for Moses, and one for Elias. And he wist not what to say, for they were so afraid. And there was a cloud that overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved son, hear him. Right? You know, in Messianics, the cloud didn't go over Moses.
Yes. Man, that's a sad
cloud
doctrine.
Went right to Yahweh, and it says, hear him. All right.
That's a sad doctrine, bro. I don't know how y'all still standing.
And suddenly, when they had looked around about, they saw no man anymore save Yahweh only with themselves. And as they came down from the mountain, he charged them that they should tell no man what things they had seen till the Son of Man were risen from the dead.
Now, keep in mind, like you said, a cloud came above Yahweh and did what? We heard an audible voice. An audible voice to say that this is my well-beloved son. Hear him. Now the Father is speaking through a cloud.
They go back to what you said, bro, how instructions was given through a cloud.
Exodus 24. Let's get it. Exodus 24. Right on point with that statement, Hebrew.
Right. So now that I understand it and been open to these scriptures about clouds, you could never go outside and look at a cloud the same again.
You absolutely can't. Every time I go outside and look at them now, I think of I don't know. It's something about them now. It's like I'd be thinking to myself, is that how it's gonna be able to have the whole world see Mashiach at once? Is he gonna come through the cloud like that?
Yeah.
With his whole army?
Yeah. And you know, bro, I can remember looking up. I can remember as a child looking up in the clouds, and the clouds looking like certain animals and certain objects. You be like, dang, that look like a chicken drumstick. That look like a
Nah, bro, you sound
you be
hungry
like, that
right
look like an
now.
elephant. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. So that's like some
Oh, praise
supernatural right there.
what you said. What you and even to the Most High being able to open your mind to see these different things that you've seen on earth before in the heavens.
Yeah.
It's like even small subliminal things like this. Some people get messages like, I bet there's at least one person who prayed to the Most High, give me a sign. And they looked in the sky and saw something that only triggered them to realize the Most High is speaking to me. It's really gorgeous when you think about it. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
let's keep reading though.
All right.
We got a decent amount of scriptures to go through. We got 13 slides.
All right.
But we're gonna read Exodus 24, verse 12 through 18.
All right. Exodus 24, verse 12, and it says, and the Lord said unto Moshe, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments, which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of Yah, and he said unto the elders, tarry ye here for us until we come again unto you, and behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let them come unto them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the mount, and the glory of Yah abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days.
Now
And
hold
the
on.
seventh day he called unto Moses
Now hold on.
out of the midst of the cloud.
So not only did this chapter call the cloud the glory of the Most High, it covered the mount for 6 days, and this is where Moshe was communicating with Yahweh.
Yeah.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
All right, verse 17. And the sight of the glory of the Lord was like devouring fire on top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud and got him up into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights.
Now, see, when it said that the glory of the Most High was like a devouring fire, this is talking about the cloud. Is this what he was talking about in Enoch when he said that light was swaddled under the cloud? Oh, not Enoch, excuse me. Where did we just read that? We read that in Job 36, I think it was.
Was it Job? Yeah.
Where it said that light was encompassed around the cloud.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Keep reading. We're going uncovering it slowly. Let's go 10 chapters ahead.
All right.
I'm going to go to Exodus 34. And we're going to read verses 1 through 5 whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
And Yahweh said unto Moshe, hew, let me cut my Memphis down. Hew, not hurt. Hew thee 2 tables of stone, like unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest. And be ready morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before the mount. And he hewed he hewed 2 tables of stone, like unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning and went up unto Mount Sinai. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, excuse me. It says, as
time,
Yahweh commanded him. All right. It says, and the Lord descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Yahweh.
So So he came into a cloud
Right.
to speak to Moshe.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're not seeing how weirdly fascinating these clouds are, like something beyond explanation. Because if we ain't seeing it yet, we ain't read the same scriptures. We can't be. Let's go into Ezekiel. Let's try to see it again. This is a well-known chapter too. But there's one detail that every time I read it, I've overlooked because I'm so enthralled with the description of the angels themselves that I skip where they came from. So we're gonna be in Ezekiel 1. We're gonna read 1 through 5 whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chabar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of Yah. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of Jehoiachin's captivity, the word of Yahweh came expressly unto Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chabar. And the hand of Yahweh was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud,
Mm.
and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
Mm. So these 4 mystical beings came out of a whirlwind cloud
Mm-hmm.
with the brightness of a fire from the north.
Mm.
We're gonna look into the significance of that coming from the north as we go into the extreme ends of the earth. But the Most High is using these clouds as portals or windows of heaven.
Yep.
He's speaking through them. He leading his people through them. He's bringing certain prophets through them. He's literally communicating with man through these portals. Let's go ahead and jump into Enoch.
All right.
Give me 1 second, family. I gotta get to it so I can show y'all the Enoch. But I find it so interesting that most of us don't even consider what these are, probably until this point. Because I know before the Most High put it on my heart to start looking into it, I wasn't studying the clouds. They water crops, all praises.
Oh, praise.
But they do so much more than that. Now we're going into First Enoch, chapter 15, and we're going to read that. Oh, excuse me, chapter 14. We're going to read verses 8 through 9. Let me get it shared on my screen.
All right. That's page 20.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, praise.
And whenever you there, Hebrew, take it away.
You said verses
8 through 9.
8 through 9. Yep. All right. It says, and behold, I saw the clouds, and they were calling me in a vision, and the fogs were calling me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now this started off hard right here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the clouds, and they were calling me in a vision, and the fogs were calling me.
Yeah. It's supernatural. And look, hey, and maybe if Adam wouldn't have done what he done in the garden, we'd be able to understand that language.
Yeah.
Because if you read Psalms 19, hey, come on now, Psalms 19 tell you the heavens, what? It say something along the line of the heavens speaking.
Mm. And you know what? This brings a vividly clear image to in Psalms when it says all of the earth praise the Most High. I don't know what book it was, but one of the prophets said, "O ye seas, praise the Most High. O ye trees, ye land, ye animals, ye birds, ye fowls of the water. Lift up praise to the Most High. Sing it to the Most High." If you read Second Esdras, it talks about the conscience of the waters, the conscience of the trees.
Yep.
Keep reading, dog.
Hey, I got a quick precept. It's this Psalms 19, 1-4.
Read it, Hebrew.
It says, "The heavens declare the glory of Yah, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto a night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language which their voice is not heard. Their line go out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun."
And what song was that?
That was Psalms 19, 1-4.
Oh, praises, man.
Oh, praise.
And this even show you that the Most High got a numerous amount of ways to communicate.
Yep.
He literally said the firmament is a showing of his handiwork. And that's just what we can see. Keep reading, huh?
It says, before I stop it, it says, and I kept coming into heaven until I approached the wall. Did I skip some?
Just read it over.
Okay. It says, "And behold, I saw the clouds, and they were calling me in a vision, and the fowls were calling me, and the course of the stars and the lightnings were rushing me, and causing me to desire. And in the vision, the winds were causing me to fly, and rushing me up into heaven. And I kept coming into heaven until I approached a wall which was built of white marble and surrounded by tongues of fire, and it began to frighten me."
Now, peep this. Now, he said the clouds were calling him in a vision. And he said the winds came and drew him and flew him into heaven. He was in the spirit when he went into heaven. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
like how most prophets, like it say, some prophets say, "Hey, I was caught up in the whirlwind."
Yes, sir.
Obviously, they getting ready to be getting showed a vision, so you got to be in the spirit to even receive the vision.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he in the spirit, and some supernatural happening to him. All he really described was what? A whirlwind.
Yes, sir.
He said a strong wind rushed him up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think even didn't Ezra say he was in a vision?
A whirlwind.
And I saw visions of Allah. Yes, sir. You got to be in the spirit to receive a message from the Most High.
That's right.
You even got to be in the spirit to realize his creation is a whole lot deeper than what's being taught to us.
Yep. It's just like when you read the book of Jasher, when he was finna get ready to sacrifice Isaac or whatever. When they went up to the mount, it was Abraham told them to look over to the mount, because remember Ishmael was with him as well.
The book of Jasher.
Isaac, he could look over to the mount and saw something supernatural. But when Ishmael looked over, he said, "I just see a mountain." Why? Because Ishmael was the son of the flesh. You see what I'm saying? He was the son of the promise.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, Ishmael was in his flesh.
Yes, sir.
When he taunted Isaac, hey, about his circumcision and all that. So, hey, you got to be in the spirit, and that's what Enoch was in.
All praise. And for those who are wondering where he read that from, that's definitely the book of Jasher. I can't tell you what chapter, but I recall reading that and noticing that the Most High specifically revealed it to Abraham and Isaac.
Yeah.
Only they could see the mountain that the Most High chose. But Ishmael and that servant of Abraham who were fighting to get the possessions of Isaac because they knew he was going to die, they couldn't see what mountain the Most High chose to do the sacrifice on. All praise to the Most High, man. Most High some serious.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go right into the ultimate ends of heaven and earth. Now you heard me right. Ultimate ends. ENDS. There is a ceasing point to the heavens and earth. My bad, family. All right, so let's go into First Enoch, chapter 18. Hebrew, yeah?
Yep, I got it, Hebrew.
It's all praises. Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Wait. Let me share it. There we go. Go ahead.
All right. And I saw the storerooms of all the winds, and saw how with them he has embroidered all creation as well as the foundations of the earth. I saw the cornerstone of the earth, the foundation of the earth.
Yes, sir.
I saw the four winds which bear the earth as well as the firmament of heaven.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So what that word bear mean? You know what? Let's see what that word bear mean. Hold on. Just in case we got some naysayers. What does bear mean? First definition: carry the weight of, support. Definition 2: endure an ordeal or difficulty. So it's basically a supporting or a foundational word right here. So now we know that the heavens and the earth have a foundation, and that foundation is wind. This is the same type of wind that blew Enoch into a vision. This might be the same winds that the Most High has his four angels holding back in the corners of the earth.
That's what it say. They say the four winds of heaven.
Keep reading, Noah.
All right. It says, I saw how the winds ride the heights of heaven and stand between heaven and earth. These are the very pillars of heaven. I saw the winds which turned the heaven and caused the star to set.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't catch up. Go ahead. My bad. I forgot to scroll.
You good. The sun as well as all the stars. I saw the souls carried by the clouds.
By the what?
By the clouds.
See, there's something real supernatural about them clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
I saw the path of the angels and the ultimate end of the earth and the firmament of the heaven above. And I kept moving in the direction of the west, and it was flaming day and night toward the 7 mountains of precious stones, 3 toward the east and 3 toward the south. As for those toward the east, they were of colored stones, one of pearl stone, one of healing stone. And as for those toward the south, they were of red stone. The ones in the middle were pressing into heaven like the throne of Yah, which is of alabaster, whose summit is of sapphire. And
I wanted to add this. I'm with these stones and these different type of materials and what they do. I'm gonna try my best to go into it on day 2, the Earth version of day 2, because I found it interesting that these are on the very ends of Earth itself. Not only that, but specifically the healing stone one. That threw me for a loop. And even thinking of, because my wife showed me a video, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago, of these individuals that found a rock where if they put copper next to it, it will spark, like it's a generator or a battery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like there is so many things that we truly don't know about, nor really able to comprehend. But the only thing that I know is that in Genesis, the Most High said all things are created for the benefit and the good of him and his creation, as in the ones that are in his image.
Yeah, hey. That's why, and look, he blessed our land with materials that came from heaven.
Yes,
that's why our land is the land of milk and honey. That's why it's so precious, so valuable. Your most precious stones you're gonna find is there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Go,
sir.
whatever you talking about. That's why these heathens want our land so bad.
Yes, sir. Because it's more to these riches than just financial value.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High created everything with a purpose. He didn't just make something for eye candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But keep reading. All
All right. And I saw a flaming fire, and I saw what was inside those mountains, a place beyond the great earth, where the heavens come together. And I saw a deep pit with heavenly fire on its pillars. And I saw inside them descending pillars of fire that were immeasurable in respect to both altitude and depth.
mm.
And on top of that pit, I saw a place without the heavenly firmament above it, or earthly foundation under it, or water. And there was nothing on it, not even birds. But it was a desolate and terrible place. And I saw there the seven stars, which was like great burning mountains. Then the angel said to me, this place is the ultimate end of heaven and earth. It is the prison house for the stars.
For the what?
For the stars.
Oh, so we're like, we ain't the only things that's been disobedient.
Right.
Because I don't know why else there would have to be a prison for stars unless there was some disobedience happening.
And I wonder, Hebrew, when he say when the father come back, it ain't gonna be no son and all that. I wonder, is this where they gonna be at?
We're on the same thinking way. Because I thought to myself, he might cast all of the luminaries into this prison.
Right.
Because he said when he come back, there ain't none. He gonna be the light.
Mm-hmm.
There's not gonna be day or night.
Yep.
Not gonna be stars in heaven.
It's speaking to the point that all this what we seeing is temporary.
What's
So
up?
there's no need to worship a sun god.
All
You know what I'm
praises.
saying?
All praises. What you said.
And so forth. And you know.
I ain't even. Oh wait, I ain't even look at it in that perspective.
Yeah, all this temporary, bro. It's a prison for the sun.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a
Ooh,
prison for the moon. You know, for all those weird crystal wearing Erica Badu type people that worship the moon. You know what I'm saying? They be on
Yes,
that
sir.
tip. So yeah, it says this is the ultimate. Oh, I'm sorry. And the stars which roll over upon the fire, they are the ones which have transgressed the commandments of Yah from the beginning of their rising, because they did not arrive punctually. And he was wroth with them and bound them until the time of the completion of their sins in the year of their mystery.
Hey, come on, now. Now, and this is we ought to stop playing with the Most High. I'm just saying, we ought to stop playing. He said it wasn't even that they didn't arrive; they didn't arrive on time.
On time. You went on time.
And they, God, we ought to stop playing with the Most High. We ought to stop playing with the Most High. And let's jump straight into Ezekiel 1 again.
All right.
Ezekiel 1, we're going to read verses 22 through 28. He going to come like a thief in the night. You better stay ready. If he doing this to stars that didn't make it on time.
Ooh. What happened if we don't make it on time? You missed that wedding.
Hey, what if you ain't got your oil in your lamp?
Yeah, you running out to the store trying to go get some oil last minute.
Oh, I missed them.
You missed them.
Golly. You just missed your salvation. Oh, Lee. Hey,
by the time you get back getting that oil, boy, the wedding over with. Ezekiel 1, verse 27.
Go ahead.
And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it. And from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward, I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about.
What verse you at?
I'm in 28.
Oh no, read 22, Hebrew. Read
Oh,
verse
okay.
22.
My bad.
I
My
sure was
eyes
like, hold
playing
on, wait a
tricks
minute.
on me. I thought that said 27. My bad,
You
Hebrew.
good?
My bad. It says, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creatures was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above.
Now hold on. I want to explain something right here.
Okay.
He's describing these angels, them same angels that we read about earlier, that came out of the cloud that had this human form. Their true forms. Why was this the first time I noticed that they had an individual firmament over their heads?
Mm.
Each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then keep reading. We're going to read something else about it.
It says, under the firmament were their wings straight, the one toward the other. Every one had two, which cover on this side, and every one had two, which cover on that side their bodies. And when they went, I heard a noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads. When they stood and had let down their wings, and above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone.
Mm.
And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness of the appearance of a man upon it.
Now, hold on. So you trying to tell me that there is a small figurine of a throne on top of a firmament with a humanoid individual sitting on that throne
Mm-hmm.
when these angels reveal themselves.
Mm.
So if this don't tell you that these angels are nothing but messengers to the Most High, I don't know what will. They literally carrying his message.
Yeah.
And keep in mind this throne, because when we read in Enoch, we gonna see that at the ends of the heaven that we can't get to, there is a throne that is set and prepared for the return of Mashiach. And it's got this same description. Keep reading.
And above the firmament that was over their heads was a likeness of a throne, and as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness of the appearance of a man above upon it. And I saw the color of amber as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain. So was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of Yahweh. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it's some deep detail. It's some deep detail. Also, it's crazy how you can read these things the first time and not notice such little but so intricate detail.
Yeah.
Because I only realized that his throne was on top of each one of these angels 4 weeks ago.
Yep.
We're gonna go right into Enoch. All praise to the Most High. I would say throw a 7 if you understand in it, but it ain't really about you understanding it. It's just about you knowing it's there at this point and giving praise to the Most High. So I pray it's coming across clearly.
Yes, sir. Hey, understand it coming forth too. You know what I'm saying? It's some points you hitting that, you know what I'm saying, most people probably weren't privy to, Hebrew. So
Yes,
I understand it's
praise.
still going forth.
All praise to the Most High.
Oh, praise. What we at? First Enoch
Verse
23.
23. Excuse me, chapter 23. My bad.
All right.
I'm gonna get it on the screen for the family. And Hebrew, whenever you're ready, read away.
All right. The fire of the luminaries of heaven. And from there I departed and went to another place in the direction of the west unto the extreme ends of the earth. And I saw a burning fire which was running without rest. And it did not diminish its speed night and day. And I asked, saying, what is this thing which have no rest? At the moment Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said to me, this thing which you saw is the course of the fire, and this, the fire which is burning in the direction of the west, is the luminaries of heaven.
Mm, mm. I thought it was gonna say sun when I first read this, but it just said the luminaries of heaven.
Mhm.
Keep going up.
From there, I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain. He showed me a mountain of fire which was flaming day and night, and I went in its direction and saw seven dignified mountains, all different from one another, of precious and beautiful stones, and all dignified and glorious in respect to their visualization, and beautiful in respect to their facet. Three in the direction of the east, one founded on the other, and three in the direction of the north, one upon the other, with deep and crooked ravines, each one of which is removed from the other. The seven mountains. The seven mountains were situated in the midst of these ravines in respect to their heights. All resembled the seat of a throne, which is
Mm,
surrounded by fragrant trees.
mm.
And among them there was one tree such as I have never at all smelled. There was not a single one among those or other trees which is like it. Among all the fragrances, nothing could be so fragrant. Its leaves, its flowers, and its wood would never wither forever. Its fruit is beautiful and resembles the clustered fruits of a palm tree. At that moment, I said, this is a beautiful tree, beautiful to view, with leaves so handsome and blossoms, so magnificent, so magnificent in appearance.
Magnificent. Close
Yeah,
enough.
magnificent.
All praises.
All praises, magnificent in appearance. Then Michael, one of the holy and revered angels, he is the chief who was with me, responded to me.
Now hold on. So this is interesting because I think it was in the New Testament Apocrypha. I read. I think it was Apocalypse of Peter, if I'm thinking correctly, and it talked about being able to see the souls that were being carried, those who were righteous, being taken to this area where they were entreated with a tree of a wonderful fragrance and beautiful and comely fruit.
Mm.
And they said those who were of the righteous seed has to eat of this tree to enter into paradise.
Yeah. Hey, it sounded like to me, Peter and Enoch was dealing with the same spirit,
And what you
thousands of
said,
years apart.
what you said. And to me, it sounded like Yahweh changed not throughout any of these years because these are the same descriptions of his creation.
Yep.
All praise to the Most High, man. Let's keep reading. If I can find that scripture, I'll pull it out next part, but I'm going to leave it alone for now. And are we done on it?
We was reading down to chapter what?
Chapter
What
28.
chapter?
I mean,
Chapter 28.
24. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and skip down to 33. We're just going straight to chapter 33.
Okay. All right. It says, and from there I went to the extreme ends of the earth, and I saw three huge beasts, each different from the other, and different birds also different from one another in appearance, beauty, and voice. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ultimate ends of the earth, which rests on the heaven. And the gate of heavens were open, and I saw how the stars of heaven come out, and I counted the gates. I counted the gates out of which they exited, and wrote down all their exits for each one, according to their numbers, their names, their ranks, their seats, their periods, their months. As Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed me all things and wrote them down for me also in addition. He wrote down their names, their laws, and their companies.
Now, next part, I'm going to go into the description and the understanding of the movement of the luminaries. Because one thing that I noticed when it comes to people who say there's no credit to the flat earth theory because they can't explain a solar eclipse. But Enoch got it all. And we're going to see a glimpse of why we can have a solar eclipse even though we don't have to have a globe in place. But next part, I'm going to explain the movements, the cycles, the seasons and times, and the portals that they enter and exit the luminaries of heaven. But I just wanted to explain that for future reference. Keep going up. Chapter
It
34.
says, and he showed me all. Okay, that was it. That was verse 30, chapter 33. You want me to keep reading?
Yes, sir. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, it's okay. It says,
Yes,
from
sir.
there I went into the direction of the north, to the extreme ends of the earth, and there at the extreme end of the whole world, I saw a great and glorious sea. There also I saw three open gates of heaven. And when it blows cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain, through each of these gates the wind proceeds in the northwesterly direction.
Mm.
Though through one gate they blow good things, but when they blow with force through the two other gates, they blow violence and
Now,
sorrow upon
we're
us.
going to go into even more detail on this. But this is a showing of the gates that blow blessings and curses on the earth. But we're going to go into it because it get none but interesting from this point on. A matter of fact, I'll spoil it. There are 12 gates, 3 on each side, north, west, east, south. 2 on each side blow pestilence and curses.
Mm-hmm.
1 on each side blows blessings. So 8 out of 12 portals blow pestilence. 4 blow blessings. Ain't that 1/3? Isn't that a third of the portals blowing blessings?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't it ironic how a third of the world will survive after the Most High is done with it?
Mm. Boy.
Let's keep reading. I just something to plan in your mind, something to think about. That's it.
All right, we journey into the west now.
Oh, my bad, family. Hold on. Go ahead, Op.
All right, and it says, and from there I went in the direction of the west to the extreme ends of the earth, and I saw three open gates of heaven, just like the one that I saw in the east, in respect to the number of his exits. And from there I went in the direction of the south to the extreme ends of the earth, and saw there three open gates of the heaven, from where the south wind, dew, rain, and wind come from. From there, I went into the direction of the extreme ends of heaven and saw there open gates of heaven with small gates above them in the direction of the east. Through one of those small gates pass the stars of heaven and travel westward on the path which is shown to them. And when I saw this, I blessed, and I shall always bless the Lord of glory, who performed great and blessed miracles, in order that he may manifest his great deeds to his angels, the winds, and to the people, so that they might praise the effect of all his creation, so that they might see the effect of his power and praise him in respect to the great work of his hands and bless him forever.
And this is the literal reason why I'm bringing this information out.
Mm-hmm.
The major reason why I'm putting this information that the Most High gave me together is to help you praise the Most High.
Yeah.
Because it's too much that we don't even realize is there. This is beyond a well-oiled machine. This is a perfect design. And it's been working for thousands of years. And it's not going to break. But he's going to be the one to do away with it. Because he's got an even better process coming soon.
Mm.
Praise him. All praise to the Most High. That's the best we can do on this one. We're gonna skip down to chapter 41. We're gonna read verses 1 through 8, and then we're gonna skip down to chapter 76.
All right.
And
And
for those
after
who asking the page, this is page 40. No, 32. 32, excuse me.
32. Mm-hmm.
All right, you can read when you're ready, bro.
All right. And after that, I saw all the secrets in heaven and how a kingdom breaks up and how the actions of the people are weighed in the balance. And I saw, and there I saw the dwelling places of the sinners and the company of the holy ones.
Hmm.
And my eyes saw the sinners, those who do not the name of Yahweh of the spirits, being expelled from there and dragged off, and they
Hmm.
could not stand still because of the plague which proceeds from the Lord of the spirits. And there my eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and thunder, and the mysteries of the winds, and how they are distributed in order to blow upon the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and the dew. I saw there from where they proceeded in that place, and how from there they satiate the dust of the earth. At that place I also saw sealed storerooms from which the winds of the storerooms of hell and the winds of the storerooms of mist are distributed. And these clouds hover over the earth from the beginning of the world. And I saw
Wait
the
a
storm.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. So, in one part, it's the storerooms.
Mm-hmm.
In another part, it's these clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know what they are. Storerooms and portals. That's how lightning comes through them. And think about it. For everybody who's been in an airplane, there has been an instance where you have flown through a cloud. Do you not realize that you've literally flown through a portal? You've flown through a portal or a window to heaven
Mm.
casually. Praise Allah. Keep going, Doc.
And I saw the storerooms of the sun and the moon, from what place they come out and to which place they return. And their glorious return, how in their travel one festival is celebrated more than the other. They do not depart from their orbit, neither increase nor decrease it, but they keep faith with one another in accordance with oath, in accordance with an oath they set, and they rise. From the first is the sun, and it executes his course in accordance with the commandment of the Lord of spirits. His name shall persist forever and ever. After that is found both the hidden and the visible path of the moon, and the path of its orbit completes by day and by night at that place.
Mm,
And the two will gaze directly into the glory of the Lord of spirits. They give thanks, they praise, and they do not economize on energy, for their very essence generates new power.
mm.
Surely the many changes of the sun have both a blessing and a curse, and the course of the moon's path is light to the righteous. On the
Now, hold
one
on.
hand,
Let
mhm,
me bring some attention to detail. The many changes of the sun.
mhm.
Why have I never known about changes of the? I knew about changes of the moon. Why have I never known about changes of the sun?
Mm,
Keep going up.
yeah, and so I wonder if that's like what they call global warming.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they say that the Earth is getting hotter and hotter, and they calling it global warming.
Oh.
Is that the changes of the sun? You know what I'm saying? And it say, hey, it's for a blessing and a curse. And we know that
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna become a time upon this earth where it's gonna be so hot.
It's gonna seethe men's flesh off their bones.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Mm.
It says, a blessing and a curse, and the course of the moon's path is light to the righteous on the one hand, and darkness to the sinners on the other.
Mm.
In the name of the Lord of spirits, who created the distinction between light and darkness, and separated the spirits of the people. and strengthen the spirits of the righteous in the name of his righteousness.
Hallelujah.
Surely neither an angel nor Satan has the power to hinder, for there is a judge to all of them. He will glance, and all of them are before him. He is the judge.
Now, who should we fear?
Mm.
This dude's name is literally adversary, and he's under the authority and control of the most. Who should we fear?
Most High. Him,
Exactly.
the one who can glance, and they all standing right before him.
Exactly.
That's like that look. Your mama give you, she ain't got to say nothing. But that look, and you get right, that's that
Oh
look.
yeah.
That's that look they talking about right there.
Yeah, that's that good parents there.
Yeah.
They look at you when you just your whole body affected. Like you just humble down your whole stand.
Boy, yeah. I know when my daddy had that look. When he look and buck his eyes, you better get right, or he gonna get you right.
Well, no words. Hey, that's that body language right there. That's universal.
No words needed. He look and buck
Yo,
them eyes and kind of clench that jaw. Get right.
you don't need no
Up and get
translator
right.
for that one. You don't need no translator for that one.
Facts.
Well, let's go straight to chapter 76.
All right.
We're gonna read about these gates.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
All right, it says, and I saw the 12 wide openings in all the directions through which the winds come out and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open at the forefront of the sky, 3 in the west.
That's the east.
Mm-hmm. 3 in the west and 3 in the right of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
3 on the left. In other words, the first 3 are those on the morning side, followed by 3 in the direction of the north.
And can I bring something to detail? To light real quick.
Uh-huh.
You notice how it called the front of the sky the east?
Uh-huh.
But on our compass, we got the north.
Yeah.
As the major direction, as if that's the front of the sky.
Yeah. I ain't never think about that.
I was thinking about that when I read this. It kind of interested me that the Most High called the east the front of the sky.
Mm.
Man called north the front of the sky. I digress. Continue on.
The last 3 are those on the left in the direction of the south, followed by 3 in the west. Through 4 of the openings blow out winds of blessing, and through 8 of them blow out winds of pestilence. When they are sent in order to destroy the whole earth.
Oh, now those are the winds that's in Revelations that the Most High sent the angels to hold back until he sealed his servant. The 4 winds that are to destroy the whole earth. Now we know what he's talking about. Yeah. These angels are holding these portals closed. They're holding back these portals. Interesting. Keep going, Doc.
The water upon her and all those who dwell upon her, and all those which exist in the water and the dry land. The first group of winds goes out from the openings called the easterly. Out of the first gate, which is in the direction of the east, and inclines toward the south, proceed extirpation, drought, pestilence, and destruction. Out of the second gate, located directly in the center, proceed rain and fruitfulness together with dew. Out of the third gate, which is in the direction of the northeast, proceed both cold and drought. After these winds, there go out the southerly ones through 3 gates. Among these, out of the first gate, which inclines in the direction of the east, proceeds winds of heat. Out of the central gate, which is next to it, proceed beautiful fragrance, dew, rain, peace, and life.
Peace and life.
Yes, sir.
Now think about this. During the Garden of Eden, there were probably only 4 gates open. When Adam and Eve were in the garden, there were probably only 4 gates open. 1 in each direction.
Right.
But continue.
It says, and out of the third gate in the direction of the west proceeded dew, rain, young locust, and desolation. Boy, that sounds like a new rapper or something. Young locust. It said,
A hideous rapper.
it says, after these, there go the group of the northerly winds, whose name is the sea. There proceeded from the seventh gate, which is in the direction of the east, toward the south, dew, rain, young locust, and desolation. Out of the central gate proceeded light, rain.
Hey, bro.
Huh?
We can't hear you that well.
Yeah, I can't. What
Yeah,
about
now
now?
we
Yeah.
can. Now we can. At first
Okay,
we could.
okay. My finger was probably over the speaker, my bad.
All praises.
It says, and out of the central gate proceed light, rain, and dew directly. And out of the third gate, which is in the direction of the west, which inclines toward the northeast, proceed cloud, frost, snow, rain, dew, and young locusts.
Mm.
After these come the fourth group of winds, the westerly. Out of the first gate, which is in the northeasterly direction, proceed dew, frost, cold, snow, and hoarfrost. Out of the central gate proceed dew, rain, peace, and blessing. Out of the last out of the last gate, which is in the direction of the south, proceeded drought, desolation, burning, and destruction.
Mm.
Thus, the 12 openings of the four heavenly directions are completed. All their orders, all their evil effects, and all their beneficial effects have I revealed to you, O my son Methuselah.
Now, ain't this something? We got pestilence outnumbering blessings on every side. But those blessings are for a specific set of people. The ones that are truly following the Most High. That's a beautiful thing. That's showing even from the beginning of creation, the Most High planned to have mercy on His servants.
Facts.
That's all praise to the Most High.
Facts. And that's why it pays to be obedient, right? Because
Exactly.
when you read Revelation and you read about what's gonna be happening on the earth, hey, you gonna need nature on your side.
What you said.
Hey,
What you
you
said.
gonna need and if you ain't obedient, we read. Hey, he got things in the heavens like winds and
Exactly.
all that. That can torment the wicked. So you can walk around here being disobedient if you want to, and you be caught on the wrong side of nature when them seals get to popping and them trumpets get to blowing.
Yeah, you getting ate up.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
you get that Dathan and Korah treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You getting that heart. The cloud ain't fin. The Most High ain't finna command no cloud to block the sun rays from you.
Facts.
That's a scary thing. Mm. We finna go above the first firmament, and I got a little video that I want to show because Hennessy did something real interesting. It is some real interesting. They made a commercial, and it looked like this.
Hey, Hebrew, pause it real quick. Pause it. This ain't from YouTube, is it?
Say it again.
Is this video from YouTube?
Yes, sir.
They might flag.
Oh shoot. I didn't think about that.
Like,
Man, we seen enough. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad you said that, Hebrew. Golly, I didn't think about that. All right, we're gonna hop off of that. Hey, we need. Golly, I didn't think about that, Hebrew.
it's all good, bro.
I pray nothing happens with that. But shoot, should I have this image up here too? 'Cause this image from the video.
Just for what I'm saying, just to be on the safe side, I probably wouldn't, because my YouTube be tripping.
All right, back that up. Let me. I ain't gotta think about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this off here so we don't want. All right. Anyways, so let's continue on. Hopefully nothing bad comes of it, but as y'all could see, they made a commercial showing you the breakthrough of going through the firmament. That's crazy to me. It's like they read the scriptures and they know what's going on, but they're trying to give you this false narrative that they can break through it. They're trying to show you that it's possible to do what no man is allowed to do. Now let's go ahead and go back into Genesis 1. Hey, what's that? A free music? Hey, shoot. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, bro. I'm new to this YouTube.
How funny they be acting with the.
Yeah, they'll find any reason to get you off of there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're speaking honestly. Oh, we already read this. Skip Genesis 1 and 6. Because we literally just read that not too long ago. It was basically about to go into the description of the firmament again. But let's go straight into 2nd Enoch. We're going to go into chapter 3 through 4, and then we're going to precept it with 2 Kings. All right, I just made it there. Whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
2nd Enoch chapter 3. And
yes, sir.
Reads about the taking away of Enoch, how the angels took him on the first heaven. And it came about when I had spoken to my sons. Those men called me, and they took me up into their wings and carried me up to the first heaven and placed me on the clouds. And behold, they were moving, and there I perceived the earth higher up, and higher still I saw the ether. And they placed me on the first heaven, and they showed me a vast ocean, much bigger than the earthly ocean. They led me before my face the elders, the rulers of the stellar orders. And they showed me the 200 angels who govern the stars in the heavenly combination. And they fly with their wings and do the rounds of all the planets. And there I perceive the treasuries of the snow and ice, and the angels who guard their terrible storehouses, and the treasury of the clouds, from which they can come out and go in.
Now that was I didn't even notice that when you just read. Check that out.
Yeah.
Again, a confirmation with these clouds. But check this out. I precept this King's verse to show you something. Now it says when they fly with their wings and do rounds of all the planets. Let's see what planets are. Let me pull up Blue Letter Bible for the family. We're going to 1 Kings, verse 23. I mean, chapter 23, verse 5. Chapter 23. Second Kings, chapter 23, verse 5. I'm sorry, family. And if I can read this one if you don't want to, Hebrew.
Second Kings. You said just that one verse, Hebrew?
Yes, sir.
I can read it.
All praises.
All right. It says, and he put down the idolatrous priests, whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about Jerusalem. Them also that burn incense unto Baal, to the sun, to the moon, and to the planets, and to all the host of heaven.
All right, so now we finna blue letter this word planets. Planets in Hebrew, if I could get to it, is H4208. It says that. I'm not finna attempt. Mazalah. There we go. And it says, as a definition, constellations, signs of zodiac, in quotes, maybe. So these are just the constellations that we see patterns in the stars. These are not inhabitable planets that we can escape the firmament to live on instead of Earth. I just wanted to bring this detail out for those who, were wondering, I guess, to say the least. But let's go back into it. We finna jump into 5 and 6. You can read it through.
All right. My bad. I closed. Let me get back to it, bro. All right, chapter 5. Observe how the verdant trees are covered with leaves and they bear fruit. Pay attention concerning all the things and know in what manner he fashioned them. All of them belong to him who lives forever. His work proceeds and progresses from year to year. And all his work prospers and obeys him. It does not change.
Well, Hebrew, where you
at? You said First Enoch 5.
Second Enoch. I'm sorry, Hebrew. My bad. I was like, hold on, I'm not reading it. Excuse me for that.
Second Enoch chapter 5.
Yes, sir. Chapter 5 and chapter 6.
My bad.
You good?
Chapter 5. And there I perceive the treasuries of the snow and ice, and the angels who guard their terrible storehouses, and the treasury of the clouds from which they come out and go in. And they showed me the treasuries of the dew like olive oil, and the appearance of his image was like every kind of earthly flower, only more numerous. And the angels who guard their treasuries, how they are shut and open. And those men picked me up and brought me up to the second heaven, and they showed me, and I saw a darkness.
Now, don't pause. We're going to go into that in a second. Let's go into Psalms 135.
All right.
We're going to go into Psalms 135. We're going to read verses 6 through 7. You got to wait on me, Ak. If you make it there, read along.
All right, it says, whatsoever Yahweh pleased that he did in heaven and in earth, in the seas and all deep places. For he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth, and he maketh lightness for the rain, and he bringeth the wind out of his treasuries.
So really, even the scripts in the 66 itself hint to the creation and how its layout is. It said the mist comes from the ends of the earth. Now let's go into the next slide. This is above the second firmament. Like you can go right back into Enoch, right where we left off. And after you read 7, we're gonna drop in and go to Ephesians.
All right. It says, It says, and those men picked me up and brought me up to the second heaven, and they showed me, and I saw a darkness greater than earthly darkness. And there I perceived prisoners under guard, hanging up, waiting for the measureless judgment. And those angels had the appearance of darkness itself,
Mm.
more than earthly darkness, and unceasingly they made weeping all the day long.
So don't that sound similar to? Keep reading. Go ahead.
All right. And to the men who were with me, and it says, and I said to the
Yes,
men
sir.
who were with me, why are these ones being tormented unceasingly? Those men answered me, these are those who turned away from Yahweh, who did not obey the Lord's commands, but of their own will plotted together and turned away with their prince and with those who are under restraint in the fifth heaven. And I felt very sorry for them. And those angels bowed down to me and said, Man of Yah, pray for us to the Lord. And I answered them and said, Who am I, a mortal man, that I should pray for angels? Who knows where I am going and what will confront me, or who indeed will pray for me?
Mm. Little did Enoch know. But all praise to the Most High. This, when I read this, it made me think of Ephesians 6 in verse 12, because we all know about the armor of Yah. But this made me look at verse 12 in a different perspective when I read this Enoch. Chapter 6, verse 12, Ak, whenever you ready.
All right, 1 second, bro.
Yes, sir.
Page is sticking together. All right. Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood and principalities and powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Now, hold on. It said, of the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And we just read in 2nd Enoch 7 that there are in the second heaven angels that are locked down in chains in pure darkness, more dark than what earth can comprehend. They are currently being trapped there for their disobedience to the Most High. Searching through these heavens, you don't know what you'll find, honestly. But I'm going to let this be the last slide. We're going to stop it at the third firmament, and I'll finish out the rest on part 2, so I don't draw this out too long. Because even though, let me see. We got 3 more slides, but we got a decent amount of scripts. Put a 7 in the chat if y'all want me to clear through it this evening, or y'all want me to break it up. Because I know some of y'all came off of work. But until I get that response, Hebrew, we can jump straight into 2 Corinthians. And I ain't getting no 7 so far, so I'm going to drop it off on this tab right here. Let's go into 2 Corinthians chapter 12, and we're going to read verses 2 through 4.
All right. It says, I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether outside of the body I cannot tell. Y'all know of, such as one caught up to the third heaven. And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. Y'all know it.
So,
how that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which it is not lawful for a man to utter.
So this friend of Paul, yes, sir, this friend of Paul told Paul that he was in the third heaven, and okay, we got a lot to keep going. So. Anyways, this friend of Paul told Paul that he was caught up into the third heaven. He don't know whether in the body or in the spirit. But one thing that interests me was that he was taken up to paradise. Let's go into Second Enoch, chapter 8. We're gonna read verse 10, 1 through 10. But for all of those who say that paradise is still hidden on the earth and we're trying to find it, etc., we gonna see. We're gonna see what paradise is and where it is. Whenever you're ready, Hebrew, go ahead.
You said chapter 8, Second Enoch 8,
Get chapter 10.
chapter 10.
Oh no, no, you're right. Chapter 8 through 10. I'm sorry.
All right.
Forgive me for that.
It says, and those men took me from there, and they brought me up to the third heaven, and set me down there. And then I looked downward and saw paradise, and that place is inconceivably pleasant. And I saw the trees in full flower, and their fruits were ripe and pleasant smelling, with every food in yield, and giving off a profusely pleasant fragrance.
Mm.
And in the midst of them was the tree of life, at that place where the Lord takes a rest when he goes into paradise. And that tree is indescribable for pleasantness and fine fragrance, and more beautiful than any other thing, than any other created thing that exists. And from every direction it has an appearance which is gold looking and crimson, and with the form of fire, and it covers the whole of paradise. And it has something of every orchard tree of every fruit.
Are you still in chapter 8?
Yeah, yeah. You said Second Enoch 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in towards the bottom of verse 4.
Oh, okay, I'm behind.
It
Okay.
says, and its root is in paradise at the exit that leads to the earth, and the paradise is in between the corruptible and incorruptible. And two streams come forth, one a source of honey and milk, and the source which produces oil and wine.
Mm.
And it is divided into four parts, and they go round around with a quiet movement, and they come out into paradise of Eden, between the corruptible and incorruptible. And from there they pass along the divide into 40 parts, and it proceeds in descent along the earth, and they have a revolution in their cycle, just like the other atmosphere elements.
Mm.
And there is no unfruitful tree there, and every tree is well fruited, and every place is blessed. And there are 300 angels very bright who look after paradise, and with never ceasing voice and pleasant singing, they worship the Lord every day and hour. And I said, how pleasant is this place? And these men said to me, this
Hold on.
place, Enoch, has been prepared for the righteous who
Hey,
suffer. Hmm?
I found it interesting how it specifically said there is no unfruitful tree there.
Right.
Because, the Most High compares us to trees. And the last time I seen an unfruitful tree come across your house, it got cursed and dried up.
Mm-hmm.
Please have some fruits when the Most High come. Keep going.
Who suffer every kind of calamity in their life, who afflict their souls, who avert their eyes from injustice, who carry out righteous judgment, and who give bread to the hungry, and who cover the naked with clothing, and who lift up the fallen, and who help the injured and the orphans, and who walk without a defect before the face of the Lord, and who worship him only. Even for them this place has been prepared as an eternal inheritance. And these men carried me to the northern region, and they showed me there a very frightful place, and all kinds of torture and torment are in that place.
Mm.
Cruel darkness and lightless gloom, and there is no light there, and a black fire blazes up perpetually with a river of fire that comes out over the whole place. Fire here, freezing ice there, and it dries up and it freezes, and very cruel places of detention, and dark and merciless angels carrying instruments of atrocities, torturing without pity. And I said, woe, woe, how very frightful this place is. And those men said to me, this place, Enoch, has been prepared for those who do not glorify God, who practice on the earth the sin which is against nature, which is child corruption in the anus, in the manner of Sodom, of witchcraft, enchantments, divinations, trafficking with demons, who boast of their evil deeds, stealing, lying, insulting, coveting, resentment, fornication, murder, who
Mm.
steal the souls of men secretly, seizing the poor by the throat, taking away possessions, and enriching themselves from the possessions of others, defrauding them who, when they are able to provide substance, bring about the death of the hungry by starvation, and when they are able to provide clothing, take away the last garment of the naked, who do not acknowledge their Creator, but bow down to idols, which have no souls, which
Mm.
can neither see nor hear, vain gods constructing images, and bowing down to vile things made by hands. For all these, this place has been prepared as an eternal reward.
Now this is interesting because we can see where Lazarus the beggar and the rich man are given their, I guess, perspectives, or Yahushua is narrating the two different places that are in the third heaven. Let's read it. Let's go to Luke 16 real quick. Now, I have no clue how long they're there. I don't know if they're there until judgment. I don't know if they're there temporarily to just give them a peek of what's going on. But if you listen closely to the song that I played before the lesson, I think it was that second one, he gave a testimony of a friend who said he died, and when he woke up, he told Hezekiah, excuse me, that he was in darkness, bound by chains, before he was reawoken. Whenever you there,
All right, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which he fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. Send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
now hold on. I found this hilarious. So this man is in his temporary holding space, which is the unpleasurable portion. And he calls to Abraham and says, Abraham, bring down my servant Lazarus that he may bring me water in here. My first thought was, ain't this some nerve? This rich man called for his servant in his hellish holding cell while his servant was in Abraham's bosom and said, bring him down here to the torment so we can put some water on my tongue. It's hot.
Right. Trying to call the righteous from Satan's throne.
Exactly. Keep reading, Doc.
And he cried, it says in verse 25, but Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now is he comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from thence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham said unto them, They have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto them, If they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither would they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
I ain't really got much information to pull on it. Excuse me for saying Lazarus is his servant, by the way. He was just a beggar. but he called unto him as if he was a servant
Mm-hmm.
from Satan's position to give him a drink of water on his tongue. But it's interesting because we might have just discovered in Enoch Abraham's bosom. Because on the same heaven, you see the area where those who are wicked are held. Let's go to Luke 23.
Mm-hmm.
Luke 23, and we're going to read verse 4. Whenever you're ready, Hebrew.
All right. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people. You said Luke.
Hold
20.
on. 1 second. Nah, okay. Keep reading until we get to. Oh, yeah, that was a mess up on my end.
Okay. So scratch this one.
Yeah, let's get rid of that one. I was trying to bring out how Yahushua was on the cross and he told the thief that was next to him basically that from this day forward you shall be in paradise with me. But I didn't kind of mess that up, and I don't want to draw it out too long. So we're just gonna go right into Revelations 2 and 7. Excuse me, family.
Revelations 2.
This could be the one hitter quitter. Talking about the tree that is in the midst of paradise. Like, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right. It says, "He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith to the churches. To him that overcometh, will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of Yah."
Now check that out. Now we know that paradise is the garden because the tree of life is in the midst of the garden. And now we know where the where the Garden of Eden is. It's in the third heaven. This is all information that we can read in the book of Enoch. Because I know there used to be a huge discussion on where Eden was, and there were people trying to find it in this world. Thank you. Thank you, Tuvi. It was Luke 23 and 43. I'll read it from his comment. And Yahushua said unto him, "Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be in paradise with me." All praises to the Most High. But I'm going to leave it off on Heaven 3. So I pray that everyone got some understanding from this lesson. Of course, there will be a part 2 of day 2. But I'm going to spare y'all the 4 hours. Hey, Hebrew, do you got any announcements before we try to close out?
Nah, I know I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be doing the class for Purim Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? So tune in probably at sundown sometime whenever the sun go down. Now, I don't know. You know, time is an illusion, if you ask me. So, hey. That's all I got, Hebrew. That's all I got.
In that case scenario, I pray some of y'all got some understanding or at least a different perspective and a whole lot more praise to give to the Most High from this lesson. I pray that y'all learn something and something's revealed. I pray when y'all go outside during the day or night and see a cloud that y'all think different. And I don't have any other announcement for this evening, so all praise to the Most High. May the Most High bless and keep you all's wonderful Sabbath. And Shabbat Shalom, Mish.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
A lot of people got the Messiah, the Master coming back as this guy who's going to love everybody and rapture everybody off to heaven. That's not true. That's not the teaching of the Bible. The Bible says, that he does judge and make work.
All praises to the Father and His Son, the creator of the universe. Yeah. The giver of the laws and commandments. Crucified for the sins of the whole earth. But y'all don't pay him no mind, y'all don't pay him no homage. I ain't tripping on him, y'all don't love him. Y'all too busy worshiping other guys, Christmas, Easter, Valentine, yeah, y'all love sin. And these pastors ain't no help, they done closed up the doors to the kingdom. Matthew 23 and 13, tell me y'all some hypocrites, y'all ain't even getting in the kingdom. And that's real. I've been walking with the word, trying to get to know the word. Another word, I've been reading script. I have come to find out it's a different story when you understand the manuscript. It is false doctrines, all lies. Like going to heaven when we die. What else? Like eating catfish and pork rinds. That's abomination in the Lord's eyes. You gotta unlearn and relearn everything that you did learn about the Most High God of these scriptures, and you better do it before he return. Cause he ain't coming back to shake hands. Nah, kissing and hugging. No, he coming back to set the record straight. Come on, he coming back to pass judgment. Yeah, cause he ain't coming back to shake hands. He ain't kissing and hugging. No, he coming back to clear the controversy. He coming back to pass judgment. 7 trumpets, 7 vows. Right after Jacob see his trouble, it's coming. He said the whole world gon' bow. Whether you hate him or you love him, it's coming. You got a war, you ain't keeping his commandments, you gon' perish when he come back with his army and the sword. All judgment has been handed down to him from the Father, and the title has been given Lord of all lords. You've been worshiping in vain though, cause you don't really know him like you claim so. At the day of judgment, he gon' tell you he don't know you either. And to the liquor fires, where you gon' go? All you heathens and you Edomites. Yeah, Babylon gon' die that night. Talking takeover, full overthrow. The man of sin, he gon' burn slow. What you know about blood up to the horse's bridle? He gon' call all the fowls of the earth to come feast on the dead bodies, laying every word. You can read it, you been sinning, you ain't gon' be spared. I've been reading, you should get prepared. Yeah, I've been reading, baby, you should be scared. If you thinking the Messiah is a white boy with blue eyes and blonde hair, that's deception at its highest. He gon' judge you with the highest when you kick against the laws and the commandments. That's the covenant, I'm standing on it. 10 toes down, and no use in playing on it. You gotta unlearn and relearn everything that you did learn about the Most High God of these scriptures, and you better do it before he return. Cause he ain't coming back to shake hands. Nah, kissing and hugging. No, he coming back to set the record straight.
Shabbat shalom, Mish. May y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all Sabbath.